No one ever imagined that the world's most glamorous Stewardess Academy Skyglam Elite, where girls with perfect smiles and sharper heels were molded into icons of the sky, would become the site of the most terrifying twisted tale of ancient revenge, triggered not by war or politics, but by a slithering creature whose name had been erased from every textbook and map in the name of progress and pride, until it reawakened in fury beneath the roots of a jungle forgotten by time. And it all began with a mandatory survival training exercise that flew 22 top trainees and 3 faculty members to a remote tropical island that looked like paradise from the air crystal lagoons, swaying palms, mysterious ruins, and turned into hell the moment their jet, the Skyglam Pearl, experienced a sudden systems failure and spiraled out of the clouds like a wounded bird, crashing in a clearing where ancient stones cracked beneath its impact, awakening something old, enormous, and angry beneath the earth. Ophidra, the serpent queen of legends whispered by tribes that once inhabited the island before being wiped out by arrogant colonizers who built hotels, then abandoned them when the jungle reclaimed its due, but these trainees, with names like Chloe, Sasha, Paris, Nicolette, and Ember, didn't believe in legends, they believed in followers, filters, and fame. So when they stumbled from the wreckage in torn uniforms, chattering about charging their phones and wondering how many calories they'd burned running from fire, they had no idea that their every step, every laugh, every dismissive insult thrown at the jungle had been felt by the slumbering beast coiled beneath the roots, a creature once worshipped by priestesses in silken veils, who vanished in a single night of screams when Skyglam's founders arrived a century ago to civilize the island. But now, as the girls explored the ruins, giggling and mocking the snake carvings as ugly ancient emojis, their fate was being sealed by forces older than flight, older than man, and when night fell, the jungle turned into something entirely different. Eyes blinked open in trees, shadows moved without wind, and the first scream came from Bella, the school's reigning queen of poise, who vanished in the darkness with only her stiletto left behind, snapped in half, covered in scales. Panic spread fast, but not like real survival panic, more like reality show chaos, as if they believed cameras were rolling, and this was all just an elaborate prank, until they heard the hiss, long and slow, like a breath before a kill, echoing through the trees. And then Ophidra struck, not with mindless violence, but with cold, intelligent cruelty, targeting their egos, their vanities, their secrets. Mirrors turned into windows, showing their worst selves. Lipsticks melted into blood-red gum, their designer suitcases opened to reveal slithering coils of tiny serpents whispering fears in their ears. And as the group fractured, some fleeing into the jungle, some locking themselves in the crumbling resort ruins, each girl began to unravel. Sasha, the bubbly one who always pretended to be positive, confessed to sabotaging her roommate's exams moments before being dragged into the underbrush by something with golden eyes. Nicolette, the rebel, tried to fight back with fire, but Ophidra sent hallucinations of burning snakes that wrapped around her limbs and pulled her into a pit of bones. And Ember, the soft-spoken one, was found days later, rocking back and forth, whispering about the eyes in the moonlight that see into souls, her once flawless makeup smeared like war paint. Meanwhile, back at headquarters, where the school marketed itself with the slogan "Beauty above all," administrators were panicking after losing contact with the jet and the GPS trackers, blaming a PR failure, not a supernatural one, and sent a second flight of instructors and trainees to investigate, but the plane never returned. Only the black box was found weeks later, with audio filled with static, screaming, and one clear phrase, "She remembers." And now, rumors started swirling on the internet, with conspiracy theorists, ex-students, and even rival airlines spreading tales of a serpent curse, while a viral TikTok surfaced, showing one of the survivors' Avery eyes bloodshot, smile twisted, speaking in a monotone saying, "We laughed at her temple. We mocked her statues. We wore snakeskin heels. We forgot respect." And then she lunged at the camera with a forked tongue slipping from her mouth before the video cut to black. That clip alone drew millions of views and dozens of thrill seekers to the island, from influencers live streaming snake-chasing adventures to podcasters documenting the mystery. But none returned except a drone sent in by a news channel that transmitted 60 seconds of footage showing what used to be Skyglam Academy's beach training center, now overrun with roots,